This is a good one. Here, take this meat for yourself. Mine? Not at all. It belongs to itself. It sometimes brings me old bones to help with my puzzles, that's all. I should be clear. While I don't know what bones these are, I can say for certain they don't belong to any humans who slumber here or elsewhere. Bones are another thing that tickles my fancy. Sometimes when I see one that's a bit unusual, I'll pick it up and add it to my collection. Then when I'm feeling bored, I try to connect all my bones and create something whole. A bit like doing a jigsaw puzzle. You could call it a form of artistic expression. Even though each piece of this bone puzzle picture is unrelated to the next, and indeed they cannot possibly be related, just pondering how best to put them together and create something beautiful is an extremely relaxing process. Then, one day, an uninvited guest intruded on the room where I kept my bone puzzle picture. It was none other than the dog you saw just now. It did. By the time I entered the room, the little intruder had completely dismantled my picture. The second it turned and saw me, it bolted away between my legs. Luckily, all was not lost, as I'd already taken a photo of it. And more than that, now that my old puzzle was dismantled, I was free to construct an even bigger puzzle with my growing collection of bones. Which is how I consoled myself at the time. After all, the damage had been done, so why not look on the bright side? The next day, as I was just about to begin piecing my puzzle together, my four-legged guest returned, and this time it brought a mouthful of bones. I couldn't understand what it was saying, but its intent became clear when it laid its animal bones at my feet and then placed them one by one into my puzzle. After that, it simply sat down and looked at me. After I gave it some cured meat, it got up and left. Ever since then, it's dropped by from time to time to give me bones in exchange for food. I think you might be viewing this with a little too much sentimentality. It's just a dog looking for food, nothing more. I'm a source of sustenance, and luckily for my canine friend, I happen to be relatively generous. Not that that's a bad thing. I view it more as an assistant under my employ. It doesn't speak, and it leaves when I tell it to. That's pretty much everything you could hope for in an assistant. If you'd like, you can give it some meat. Sometimes it sits and waits by your side, which I think probably means it's still hungry. Perhaps it might be a little more friendly with someone such as yourself. Why, of course. I owe you both my thanks. This lighthouse looks a fair sight better now that it's being maintained.
Our pleasure! Although, it seems like even with a functioning lighthouse, this whole place is still really dark. There are some places the light doesn't even reach.
Indeed. In the graveyard, it seemed as if even time itself had forever paused at the close of the battle that night. I never had any intention of changing this, but it seems that by lighting the lighthouse you have set time in motion once again. If you mean to ask whether I shall be inconvenienced in any way, the answer is no. Life comes in cycles. Even without us, the ghosts that linger here would slowly disappear and return to the ley lines. So do not worry that this lighthouse cannot shine upon every last corner of the island. As the ghosts gradually leave, so too will the fog that envelops the area. The sun must rise eventually.
Well, I think we can now say that the Grand Library is complete. Next, we'll need to find somewhere to put the bird stands, cushions, and deposit boxes. Ah, hello there, traveler, Paimon. Thanks to your help, the library repairs are basically complete. It's really starting to look the part.
What about that other stuff you just mentioned? Are you planning on putting all that in the library too?
Yes. That said, it's too big of a job for me to handle alone. I was planning on getting some of our more skilled artisans to help out. The Grand Library is open to humans and animals alike. Since we have furniture for humans to sit down on, there should naturally be some for the animals too.
Huh. Yeah, that does kind of make sense.
Those are the ones I used to use when the little animals came to talk to me about their struggles. I'd originally planned to make some new ones, but some of the animals are nostalgic for the older items, so we brought them along too.
Wait, animals tell you their struggles? Like a therapy session? Kinda sounds like a nice bathhouse for animals.
This is one of my duties as Moonchanter. I would not call it hard work. And it's true. All living things have a need to feel heard. I have always encouraged everyone to come to me without reservation, whatever troubles they may be facing. Hiding your thoughts deep in your heart will not solve anything. In fact, it often makes the problem worse. Oh, well, I've never looked at the numbers, but my sense is that the animals consult me more often. After all, my daily routine is more or less the same as that of my people, and they don't usually come during work hours. It's only when I have free time that I get the occasional human visitor. Animals, on the other hand, lead very different routines from us. Sheik badgers tend to visit in the early morning hours, while ibises often drop by after sunrise. Finches come in flocks during the afternoon, chirping and chattering away. The rhyme-horned deer visit at dusk, mostly alone, though sometimes with one or two friends. And once night has fallen, I get the odd weasel thief burrowing into my home.
Oh, but that leaves you with no time to yourself at all.
It truly is. There was one time when a weasel thief stole some pine cones that a group of finches was hoarding. It must have been around 20 finches that flew to my bedside in the dead of night to protest the transgression. I had to ask a sniffer mole who I'd just been chatting with to invite the weasel thief over. It took a lot of work to convince it to reveal where the pine cones were. By the time all parties were satisfied and ready to leave, the sun was up. I slept in till past noon that day.
Phew. My mom would have given up and gone back to sleep long before you did. And probably pulled a blanket over her head first to block out the noise.
Since they'd taken the trouble to come to me, I felt I had a duty to help them. And the results made it all worthwhile. After getting everything off their chests, the finches went back to happily hopping around. And the weasel thief went off in search of new, exciting treasure. But humans are less forthcoming than animals. Too often, they hide their true feelings in the deepest corners of their hearts. Even those who come to me for guidance, I feel as if they tell me only part of the story, leaving out what truly burdens their soul. Perhaps they are unwilling to say it out loud, to face the real issues head on. Human society often encourages people to hide their true selves. It is not dissimilar to the way that some butterflies hide away in a withered leaf and camouflage their wings to match their environment. Social interactions between humans can be complex and difficult. Everyone has their way of coping, and I don't judge them for it. Nonetheless, suppressing one's true feelings can easily lead to melancholy and depression. Deep-seated issues like that are difficult to resolve, no matter what advice I give. So I had an idea. I thought, what if I could find a way to bring complicated human minds and straightforward animal ones together? Maybe by spending some time around each other, both could experience a new perspective. It was with that in mind that I renovated the Grand Library and turned it into what it is today. Spacious and well-ventilated, and open to humans and animals to come and go as they please. Except maybe on rainy days, when they're looking for shelter. But the rest of the time, people can visit whenever they want, to spend time with the animals, browse books, rest, and enjoy the sun. And perhaps the company of our dear animal friends, who will not be driven away by anything they say, might encourage people to open their hearts and share the truth of what lies within.
Wow, you really put a lot of thought into this library renovation. Oh, it sounds great to Paimon. Hugging fluffy animals, lounging in a chair all day without a care in the world. Just thinking about it makes Paimon feel all warm and fuzzy.
Of course. Your assistance with the renovation works was invaluable. It should go without saying that the Library of the Frost Moon Scions shall always be open to you.
Wow, Ino's console has gotten even more advanced.
Traveler! Paimon! Got more scrap for me? Thanks. Well, thanks to your help, I can now announce that the Krumgok Craft Shop console upgrade plan is complete. Which means I'm good on materials for now. But don't be a stranger. You can come hang out with me and Anefa anytime.